Okay, that YouTube, please fix your starting. Oh my god, why is that so fucking stupid setup? So I thought I set up a notification like, hey, I'm going live in 2 hours and I can start my stream. No, those two are separate sections, so you need to separately handle them. Like, oh man, stupid, bloody. If you don't know that, that's really, really shit. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, that's no fun. Okay, well, at least we got that one. And now I need the quality. Okay, glad I didn't send out notifications on Discord yet. That's pew. Alright, there we go. Got some cleaning up to do. I got this one. Where's my OBS? And stop the echo, because I was hearing myself. I forgot that. Hee. Hey, hello. Give me a moment. I'm still learning how to set up a stream, and that's the hard part. Because I'm realizing that I really thought I was smart in doing the notification system. And I found out, yeah, that doesn't work like that. They're the two separate things in YouTube, which is not the best. So let me set up that. Now the screen is black. But how's the day going there? Okay, I got set up. I need to take a drink. Now we can start. Next time, hopefully, I get that my stream is live for 2 hours pre, so you can already start up, and hopefully, I do it correct next time. Oh. So. I'm doing my best. So if you have your own 3D printer, I hopefully today I can show the design part of installing these ones on the LED strip. So these ones are all fully attached now. So if I put in power on the chip here, these ones all start working. So these are all pretty easily connected with this small clippy things. And where is it? So you can just easily click them in here, and it works decently enough. But now I need to remake my model design so everyone can use this pretty easy, because I just installed them like this, and that is pretty easy. But then installing it into this one is going to be a challenge. So that's today's step of realizing how am I going to do that. It seems possible, so I'm pretty sure for that one. So we're getting there. Because hopefully it zooms in. Like this is like the zooming is probably a little bit bad, because zooming every time, but you can just put it in here, and then if the clips are all correct, you can just put this a little bit force, then you should go in. But here's the problem, like how much force do you need? And then this is connected up. But now yeah, how do we install this inside of it? So LED strip is already in, so I need to have around this much distance sticking the LED strip out, going back and forth, and making it designed where you can install this in the lamp, and then it goes back and starts at the bottom, and there you have a small part that sticks it. That's hopefully what I'm today want to puzzle out, but this means that you can bend to the next one, click it in there, and then it goes up and down, and then you have these ones, and this wire just needs to be pulled down a little bit, and this hopefully stays in place by the plastic of the lamp, so this one doesn't move, and as long as this part doesn't move, then it should be okay, because then you don't need to solder in this whole area. This is just, you plug it in a little bit carefully and watch out how you do it. But if I can do that safely and do that, so they can have multiple next to each other. Technically, yes, but each layer should get its own chip for safety. But this means that you don't have to do, when you buy the lamp, you don't have to do all this soldering. And you don't get the poker pins, but then these three wires go into the next LED strip going up, down, up, down, up, down. So you still need to solder from one position to the next one. So you get three small wires that going in this area and then to the next one. And if I can do it without soldering, that means I'm going to reach a bigger audience. It's also a higher chance people will just get it and start selling it themselves, which is technically a loss for me, but I need some money anyway. So if more people see me as first, that's the important part, and hopefully my quality sticks around, that people buy it from me. But that's the challenge of it. But if I can get it solderless, like instead of reaching only people that can actually solder and use a soldering device or want to buy a soldering device, because then you need to add extra cost. I think my main camera is a little bit overshadowed. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I'm distracted by cameras. But yeah, so this system is for the layer stackable version. I'm not there yet. I'm definitely not there yet, and don't want to risk it, because this one can be a safety hazard if you don't know what you're doing. If you stack too many layers and your power supply cannot give the power, something is gonna burn up. Something is gonna get very hot, and I cannot guarantee what's gonna burn. So yeah, getting this version installed with these LEDs and hopefully workable, that you do that. That's my goal. But for that, we need to measure these blocks and do something with it. Because I think these blocks are pretty chunky, so that's okay. If we go out for 15, then we have some spacing, some wiggle. That should be fine. So 15 by 55. Ooh, I like the design of this. So this becomes always a bit thicker. So if we do, because I also need to be ready that people their print quality is not as good or better than mine, so their design is going to be slightly different. So if I model this ultra tight, like this is just squished in, and I'm gonna model it like this, then maybe it fits for me. But if you print it, then it's not gonna fit. So I need to be a little bit wide enough, but also not wide enough that it all clicks. So let's go for 5.4. Yeah, I don't want to give it too much room, because I'm going to use a fancy locking system. So it doesn't need too much, but also I think 0.5. 0.5 should be enough. And there is plastic play. So let's see if this one is actually correct. Because the LED strip is in here, see? And this one is already as tight as 0.4 to 0.8. This is exactly 5. Yeah, I think 0.5, 0.6 millimeters should be fine. Okay, so get the layers in. And then let's go to Fusion. And we measure it up again. So we go to Fill Comp 4. Yay, there we go. I still have atop me, like I don't know what to do with the space, and I've not learned how to get the chat into my stream so people can see their own text in it, and when people rewatch it they can actually see your text. I need to do that because that's a good space for that part. Yeah. Oh, right, I forgot. Don't. Oh, I saved this. Oh, I saved it. I was not planning to save that one. Whoopsie. And now I need to wait. I did a dumb. Oh well. Now I need to wait because Fusion is taking very long. Come on, Fusion. Shut down. There we go. If you have a really big file loaded in, this can take up to 10 minutes. So I'm really happy. It's not a big file that I started up. It's a small one of the two. Oh, holy. But sometimes. Cool. So we can load in this one. So we're not going to use this file because this one is technically for the stackable version. And we only need the stackable core version, one layer, and the rest is all gonna get redesigned from scratch for a big part. Maybe I can use the top, but I will get that later. But the one that we need the most is just this one. We're gonna clean up the inside, so that should be clean too. We have this one selected. We're gonna make a new file. And then we say save. And this is to clean the balls. To printables, because that's literally this version I'm gonna make. So, all right. Then we say import into drive, and then we go to PicLamp and then crash reset. And if right, we already have the body selected and say OK. And come on, Fusion, you can do it. Come on. Ooh. Oh, this is always the scary part. Come on, Fusion. Don't die on me. You can do it. Ha, there we go. Okay, let's line this one up back to the center because we can see that this is not there anymore. So 5 by hello, tab 5. So we have a lining point. Then we say that one. Oh, right. This one. And then we're gonna line. Cool. Now I have a drag point. Finish sketch. And then we say body. Go from that point to this point. And now it's perfectly lined up in the center again. Center. And I'm trying to learn naming alignment and call it X because with X we know that it's bad. And we need to do some cleanup here and then make the other part. So I'm gonna say Second inside, it's outer layer, and let's go B lamp outer layer. That's good name. Create component. Can I now do it like that? But yeah, how's the day going there? I hope it's going okay. There we go. Guess now it's a separate thing, and we can start doing cleanup on that one. And now we're gonna say, now we're gonna make this one. Is this all lined up? I think this is all lined up center, so that doesn't matter. Flat side doesn't matter. So it does not really matter how and where we put it. Cool. But I want that one. So we're going to sketches. Center can be gone. I want him like top. Going like that. Nope. Center up. Alright, the width. Let's go again. Is my tool lined up? Now it is. So 14.45. 14.45. Now we're just making the scale of what it actually is, and then we just scale it up in Fusion. 15.45, so that's 15.45, and the thickness, we can put this one on go, and then how much thickness. So that is 4.6. 4.6. Yeah. Fucking the wrong one. There we go. So 14.6, but this is the one I needed. So that's 5. That is 5. So this is the absolute thickness of this thing. And we're doing that here. Then I want to make, if I make a small mark, that's always gonna cut, because am I gonna use the cutout for this one? Yes. So how do we do that? I'm not doing that. That's the lineup. If I use it to cut things away in the lamp, then we're here. If I make an indication, it's always that. So let's put U over there. And let's make a small indent here. 0.01. So we can always see that there is an indication of which direction is my up and down. Because I don't want to forget that. Cool. Now we have this one. That's polygon. Let's connector. How can we? Plastic part. And I'm gonna do that one too, so I'm gonna do extra fancy because I don't think that that's enough for me. How thick is this wire? 1.6. Okay. And now we have this one. and we say 1.6, then we say 1.6. Oh, it's a little bit of spacing, okay. So let's say 1 millimeter, and we say the circle again, 1.6. Hey, hello. And then we say 1.6. All right, now we have an indication of the wires too, because then you can actually see that the wires stick out, because then we have more indication of where the object is and where it's going, because that's a lot easier to do. Alright, so we got that one. We can turn this one into orbit from party, so that's a separate one. Then we say outer layer back, and then we say this one. Because I'm gonna clean up the inside and outside, remove all the pieces that we currently don't need, all the attachments, and hopefully that is enough. And then we say sketches that, alignment can go off, that's in the way. Okay, cool. Now start up a clean one. Fracture that one, that's not what we want. We just want one line. Now we're gonna clean up the whole file and make it a little bit more tidy. Oh, come on, this is just a simple cut. Is this really the problem? Oh, I just noticed my camera's a little bit there. There we go. That one's cleaned up. Okay, sometimes this works, so let's see. 4. Oh, delete is not always working. Sometimes. Because I have no intention to reuse those for the simple lamp, because then I need to add screws to the system, to the bill of materials, and I'm doing my best to keep the cost as low as I can. And at the bottom we have those holes. 2. This one, and this one. Then we can safely remove them here, because we are not using them here, or we just make a new set that works better as intended. I'm not the biggest fan of reusing materials which are not the best and don't work as intended. There we go. And remove. Cool, that's cleaned up. Inside is cleaned up. So this is actually in the core what I want. And now we need to work on this whole system and make it tidy. Oh, I'm dirty. And that's the hard part, because what I noticed, like if we go back to here, work table, because I've done some testing with this one, and this is the bottom. And that's the old top. So if we attach this one in here, and come on, there we go. We get this system in place. Yeah, if I say your name, so is it Hinsamina, or is your name in different pronunciations? I'm flattered that you want to buy it, but I need to work this one out because this is what I see. Like it needs to go in a little bit deeper because the LED strip is not at the right position. It's a little bit more on the top. It needs a little bit inside. So we need to pinpoint this location of where this one sits into the plastic and is kind of like that, so it doesn't stick out too much. But then it needs to have the spacing, and I'm gonna mark you with a color so I can see. Come on. Wait, I need to shake this. I always forget these pens need shaking time. Oh, the bad area. Okay, so let's shake them and mark this LED strip inside. It's not the best because it's liquid, but as long as we have a small indication, it should work. That's the most important part, because then we can see where it is and hope maybe it's just a tiny bit. But that's what we need. Because if we puzzle that one out and then the bottom gets more space, and then make a small click system where it goes in. So it's really close. It's really close, but not close enough. So we need a small bit of taking in, and it needs to be a little bit out, so it actually sticks in here. Ooh, that's gonna be an overhang. I'm sad about that one. But if we stack that one up, then we get that one. Okay. How can I safely do this? Because this distance to the clip can alter a little bit. So if I okay, that's the part I just need to accept, because everyone can click it in a little bit too far, a little bit to the left. Like if I really want to reach 0.01 millimeter accuracy, then this part needs to be consistent enough, and guarantee that people won't be consistent on that, or it's really hard to explain, like, do it like that, and then measure. Then you need to measure this distance for perfect alignment, and then I need to assume that everyone has a millimeter, so you need to be 7.6 millimeters off the thing, and then it's the perfect angle, then it fits. Like, yeah, I cannot, like, I can do that. I'm silly enough and stubborn enough to do that, but for an average person that just wants to build a lamp, yeah, that's not good. So I need to accept that that part is inevitable. But yeah, 7.6 millimeters is a good track. Then it gets straightened out, then the line in the bottom. But how much space do you think we need? So if I disconnect this one again, so we have this one and we have this one. So I put this one in here. So yeah, if the bottom is tight, this is impossible to click in. Because yeah, try to get that thing in here. So we need at least 1, 2, I think around this area. So we need this much space on the bottom where you can hold it like this. Just hold your hand, and then I need to simulate a lamp, of course, as good as I can. So let's use the example one. Use the height. So then we can use this one. So I think if this is correct, so then you can do this. So then it's on the table, pulling it in, then you have this space, and then it should work. So that's around this distance. This is the part that's, if the bottom is attached, needs to go this much up. So you can see on this side, I'm already, this one needs to be attached first, so that one can go up and down. Because the moment this one is stuck in, I cannot get the top, the bottom is just tight. So the top is easier to do that, and then the bottom needs its own clicky system where I can tighten it up later. That's my goal for today. Let's click it in. So we need to go up by plus minus 43 millimeters. We need to pull the bottom up. If we have that space, and then people can just click it in here, put it back, put the LED strip down, click it on the bottom, put the one buck, and then connect this one to here, and then make that switch going up and down. And then this system I think is okay, but that's really depending on the bottom. Yikes. Yeah, right. No doubt at all. No, not nervous. Ooh. Oy, 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 oy. So that's what we're doing here. So let's switch back to this one. And hopefully I can sit up a little bit more straight so I'm not this in the camera, because I sometimes do that I'm like, need to do that. But we have that small tick at the bottom. I really think that doing that should be okay. I don't want attachments there. I can stick up a little bit. Doing that. Okay, so now we can get this one. Should, where? Yeah. Where's my body? Blue fusion. Huh. Where is the body? Okay, it's still there. Oh, oops. It got taken away in this one because I was working in the higher level. Oops. There we go. My mistake. Ooh. Hey, Silent. Yeah, it's just the fusion keeps crashing for me because it's not having fun. Yay! I know other CAD programs, but Fusion just clicks the best for me. But we just made the box, so we can go to this layer. I'm really trying to get the hierarchy stacked in, that everything is in their own layer, and I always try, and then 5-6 hours in the project I just forget to do all the ordering, the naming, that's a part we need to learn. So we're gonna create another copy. So first I want to go to this one and make a copy of this one. Just gonna move it up. But how's the day going there? And then we're gonna say, let's click you out because that's annoying. Okay, what's the most important thickness that we need to expand? This one and this one needs to be 0.5. Just a tiny bit. 0.4 is one layer thickness. 0.6. No, 0.6, not. There we go. Good job. And this one is not that thick. Press pull 0.4 and 0.4. There we go. Okay, now it's a little bit thicker, so we have the spacings. So this one we can now safely cut out, which means this one should be gone. There we go. Cool. We go back to the other layer. And then we say part scaled. Offset. That part connector, because that one is slightly bigger. And then we go. There we go. Now I can create a copy. Because we have one main source, which is the original. That's the one I measured up as the tool cable. So that's where is it? Oh. So this is the part we switched up. Measured up. Then we make a second one that is scaled up, so I can cut it away in the other objects. Because if we use it at the same thing, you have hard time connecting. And in time, if like I'm working in this one, I'm like, oh, this one needs to be thicker. I can go to this one and change the scale. Like I want the thickness of this one, I want that 1. Or set, I want that 5. I want it really chunky. I can update this one, and then this one always also gets updated. So keeping those small things in check saves you so much time at the end. You don't have to scale up all the bloody things all the one by separate. It's like, oh crap, they need to be thicker, or they need to be thinner, or they need to be, the offset needs to be different. And that saves a lot of time. And by doing this, you can always have source material, offset material, and then you can copy out of that. And keeping it in its own system keeps this thing really small, because I have this one, and as you can see at the bottom, this is way too fucking much, because I got impatient and I did everything in one layer, because yeah, it's not the best. We're gonna do our best to not do that. That's still learning, man. Like, I'm doing Fusion now for 6 years. Uh, that too. Like sometimes I use that, but I'm trying to always keep it in view, and I don't have to scroll. Otherwise, I'm making way too many connections, and learning how to combine things at the same time. And the groups works too. Definitely. Still, sometimes I'm not the biggest fan of it because then I lose track of so many actions, and I'm trying to this part get the main parts all in the separate field so you can find it in that. So that's his main group, and then inside you can do the groups, the timeline groups. But currently it's not too big, so I can stick to the component groups. Yeah, component groups. Let me check my sugar. Cool, sugar is good. And to do that, okay, so that's the next trick. Okay, we got this one aligned. We are now working in this one. We're gonna go for that. So hopefully we can gonna make a small sketch. And I just want this one over there. Finish sketch. X online. Because then we can do the movement trick. I'm gonna select the body. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's what I want. Cool. Okay, what's the estimated of where do I want it? So we do that, but it needs to be a little bit straight. Okay, let's do 2 move actions because I'm gonna remove the section analyze so I can watch under it, because the most important part is this area right now, so I want to see it from the bottom. There we go. Okay, so while testing it in here, I need to grab the lead strip again. I could see that going straight angle puts a lot of force inside of it, so I don't want to do that. So because if we do it like that, then the force of this one becomes too much. So there is a small angle, but that should be fine. But like if we could get it down, so if we make it a little bit more down, we have a little bit more space, and then this part can go up a little bit. I can work with that, but then we need because that's the original outline. But if I get it centered up, we can go down a little bit and we can do that. Okay. So let's grab this one, do that one, set the pivot on here. Can we do 45 degree will be awesome. Because then we can print it easy, but this is too much. That's too much. Can we do 40? I mean, if it becomes a little bit droopy, will that reinforce the plastics? Because I'm really trying to click it that it stays in place, because the lead strip is pulling it down. But I don't want to have too much force, because then the lead strip disconnects from the clips. So we need to very precisely measure that. Yikes. So I think that's a 30, so we can at least do that. We can do a small bit there. depth on the bottom. Here we can print a piece out where it can lean on, so it doesn't push down too much, but I'm not that happy with that area. Oh, because if we do it like that, it means that the wire itself is gonna go down. That might be too much down. We need to go up again. I need to solder that. So wait. Yeah, this is literally only so. Okay, so that's what I want to know. So if we line it up like this, that is currently what it is, plus minus. So we have this one in here, have a little bit of depth in the top. So this is where it physically currently is. And if I go a little bit more down, then the LED strip, the pixel itself, is already lined up. So if I go too low, it's going to do that. That distance is only... Oh, how much is this? Where's my millimeter? That's that's plus minus 4 millimeter. Okay, that is 4 millimeters. So I can go 4 millimeters down and that's it. Because if I go down more, then the alignment of the LED strip is not. So it's gonna be sad, but I need some leverage there. So I can go 4 millimeters down. Okay, that's fine. Ooh, wait. How much degrees was this? Oh, I forgot. Yikes. Okay, set pivot again. 25. Let's see, is this 35? Nah, it's not 35. 30 degrees. Okay, 30 degrees is good. So now we can go down by 4 millimeters. I'm going down by 3. I think 3 feels better because then we still have that curve. So this is the position where we want it. And if we go in too deep, you also get the same problem. But as you can see, it's only sticking out this much, which is cool because that means it's in the position. And then we can put them in there. Hopefully with a tiny bit of plastic we can clip it. That is a little bit tight, and then put the lid on top that squishes them in the right position and holds them in place. Then without the lid, they're a little bit loose, but the moment you can put the lid on and the lid clicks in, that should work. Because then we need to only the lid attachment properly connected, and these ones don't. Yeah, I like that idea. I like that. I want to play with that. Because if we... Otherwise we need to use screws or magnets, which ups the bill of material for anyone that wants to buy this lamp. Which, that's a big rule. I don't want to add more than needed. So we need to make it a little bit less complex. So if we do that, we need to only use plastic as a connection pin, and that should work. Yes. Okay, so this is the position where I want it. It's 3 millimeters down. I estimated 4 should be perfect, but I think 3 has enough leeway because there is a small curve in this. And then we can remake this one. And it gives us some space, so I can make a little bit sticking out here. I can make this 45 degree that it sticks in, so it at least goes out a little bit. And this one can go 45 degree there. Okay, that should be fine. Ooh, and now we need to make it. Yep, now we need to make it. That removes the whole guiding of that one and the guiding of that one. Okay. Okay, then I can clean up this whole path too, which is awesome. Because I don't want to clean up that, so... Okay, how can I do this in a nice, neatly way and don't make it too complicated? I make everything too complicated, so that's gonna be fun. Oh, I forgot something. Background sounds. See, sorry. That's better. I forgot my background sounds. That's better than nothing. So we got that one sticked in. I'm pretty sure that this is what I want. And then that one sticks in like that. That is 4 millimeters down. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna make a new pad out of this one. And we can clean all this up. And it needs to attach to this area. Okay. How do we do that? Okay, first of all, let's see how we can clean this one up. Okay, that one is not needed. If I do this creation, then we say this one, this one, this one, this one. So I want to clean up. That's what I want to clean up. That's the one I want to clean up. Cool. I'm not happy with that one. Go see new body. Okay, that works. Oh, yep, yeah, it's round. Yeah. Oh, I forgot that one. Did I really make this all round? No, right? On the outside is not inside. Oh, I really. Okay. Cancel. I have no clue what I did here, man. Oh, yeah, I know what I've. Okay, I forgot. straight point can I do? Finish sketch. How do I make a nice cut over there? So this one can go away for now. Let's clean up the sketch so we don't actually need it. Delete. Okay, we need to make this completely solid without breaking this part. This is the part I want to keep. And then this is what we're gonna remove. But I did round to straight. Not the best part, but hey, this is a circle rounded lamp, so that's what I modeled in, and now I regret doing that. If this were straight sections also and not the inside was perfectly round, this was a lot easier, but I did not, so I screwed up. Whoop. And can we just do this? Okay, that works. So I need to do one section by one section. And pinpoint that one. Works. And then we say new body. New body. Now, wait. Join. Get this one out. And yeah, sounds a little bit weird why I'm doing this, because then I can cycle it around and do this with every one section going up and down, which is safer. Say join, but remove this one again. Hey, what? Oh, you cheeky little. Interesting. Alright, my modeling skills are not the best. That one is attached. I say press pull, man. Press pull. Hello? Okay, that one is attached. That one is now safe. Go back to this one. Oh, right. Oopsie. Analyze. You off, body on. And we can cut it. Yeah, we'll cut it away later. That should be fine. Yes. I'll do a cut later. Now we get this one. Ooh. Ah, this is the special one. This is where I fucked up. I somehow made this curved. I'm not sure how I did that. Oh, interesting. Okay, so that is not lined up, so we need to do that. These parts are good. Yeah. Sketch one. Good out. We can always use that one. Then we can just place this one in here.
Station sponsor, the Center for Stress Management.
Yes. Okay. We can remove this one. Gonna make a cube. I'm just gonna do it like this. I should have done this way before. Okay, and we get this one in place. Okay, so first of all, we have this one in position. Then we say box, do subtract, keep tool, and subtract this one. Then it cuts out all that, yes. And then we use the other one too. So I know what's gonna happen with this one. We say cut, and grab this tool. Oh. Select, and then this one. So now you can see that there are a couple pieces here that I did not do correctly. Awesome. And then we say outer layer back again, I don't need. Now we can say this one again, cut. You are only able, stupid bloody thing. This, okay, Fusion got an update again, because normally if I do a cut outside of the component, it doesn't cut it, and now it's just like, nope, cutting everything, fuck you. Oh, I'm not happy with that. Oh, sometimes Fusion. Sometimes. Yeah, now we have that in place. Really concerned that this is still there, so then we say, now we can go to select, cut, don't keep tools. Twist this one. Hello. Okay, let's combine these first. Let me combine. Okay, why are you... Okay, so why are you not combining? Is this... Oh, too sharp, I know. Yep. Let's turn your off. Press pull. And let's make that cut. So this is too thick. It's not wanting to do that, huh? Can we now do this? And it's that error. Okay. Circle one. Go to that one. No, we cannot do that one. Know exactly what the problem is, so it sucks. Okay. Now we're gonna do this. At least I found where it is. So. Hello? Jeez. Hello. Did not think I was moving you there, so select. Let's line it up. Let's line it up over there. And then we say this one and this one and this one. Then we say do a normal move. One combine with that one, combine. Go. Now we say this one, do the cutout, combine with this one. Are you a bloody piece of... Okay. Hey. Let's make this a little bit thicker and see where it goes. Cool. Then we say this one again, and then we say body one, then we say the cut again, then we do keep tools, go away. There we go. Keep tools. Go. And now we have a good stamp. Yeesh. Alright, that took a lot more effort than I wanted, but yay. Because now technically we can do select, do that, keep tools, and no, select tool body. Oh, right, yep. Yeah. Too good. But at least we have the cutout, so cut out. And now because everything is perfectly lined up, we're gonna do a different one. So now we say copy again, create copy, there we go, and also let's do this one and fix that. Split body, there we go, split tool, there we go. Get that one. Because now we have this one, and now we just need a silly box that fills in this, because I really need that's the part that I, if I put the analyze back, because I really want to keep this area, because I don't want to fuck around or screw around with this open piece here. So I need to make a small box that sits in here. But now we have the perfect cutout, so if we fuck up, I can return it without going back into history, which, yes, you want that, but also I'm a fan of this one. So now we can do that. Cool, this is straight, yes. Now this one can go off again, and we say box here. That. Then we say this one. Then we go to the center and we say tiny bit off, so at least we always can see it. So 0.3. Cool. And then we say line here and here. This one up with this one. Cool. There we go. Let me say merger. See, still inside, and it's not sticking out too much here. I think this one can go smaller, so we can do 0.1. Make it really tiny, so 0.0, 1, really tiny bit. Yeah, finish sketch. I will do this one gone. Yeah, that's okay, too much. Let's go for 0.2. A little bit easier to spot, finish sketch. And we say this one is the sketch that can go off. And then we can do this one again. Can do that later, like let's keep it like that, because now I can say remove this, cut it out, add the new pipeline, and then we do that. Okay, cool. Let's press pull this one a little bit more down, because I want that dimple gone. Cool. Because now we can say the offset connector going in there. Yeah, okay, that's a nice position. Because now we can make the path of where to design it and where to create the new LED strip path and remove the old one at the same time. Yep. Separate parts. Yeah. Not happy with this, but it's a hassle to remove it. So we got the LED strip going in here. We're gonna make a small point sticking out here that it sticks on there. Hopefully make the angle a little bit more flat, and then we can use the cover to actually push it down. Yeah, that should be fine. Yeah, I should have done that way before. Yeah. Sometimes you're overthinking too much. Stop doing that, please. Okay, so double check that strip size. this is 11, then this was this one to this one is degrees. God damn it. What's the distance, man? Okay, that's 11. So that's the distance we want. So why? I am not sure how I did this angle like it. That is really weird. Me and too much modeling and not knowing what I did. Welcome to CAD software. You really think you're doing something? And nope. But again, that's also the fun part of it. Like, it's realizing, like, oh, I fucked up. And then, how do I fix this one? I can go back in time, but that's 500 actions. Which of one of those actions I did it in? I forgot. Okay, so I need to make the new cutout and align it a little bit with the old one, which should be fine. And then we make that bridge. Okay, so this is the merger. But we can also make a really cool fancy part. If this is the merger, we need to go deeper, lower. We merge this one and then cut it away again. This is the one that we want to cut away. Yes, right? Because then that part fixes up. So if oh, this is the hard part, thinking on the fly and hopefully fixing it. Yeah, okay, I'm fine with this one. Then say sketch here. Then we're gonna say this one, this one, this one, this one. This point is 11, right? That says 11 at the bottom, so that's good. Hello? Where's my degree? Why are you not showing up, you little? That's the line we want. Now it's a straight box. Okay, that's the pad that we need to go up and line it up into here. That's the part that, at least that's the part you want. So that's the rough pad, and then when you make the cutout there, and then do that. Yeah, cool. So now we can do close it off. And we have one small box. Cool. This is plus minus. That's 3 millimeters. Awesome. That's 11 by 3. I'm gonna remove this one. I'm gonna remove the merger. And now we're gonna do this one here. Make a sketch here. Center this one, line up. Make a box that is 3 by 11. Oop. By 11 by 3. And that is where we need to go. So we need to make this pad aligning up to here. Because then we were making the new route of where the LED strip fits in. And having that space. And then we can do some final tweaking, but that's the first part I need. Then the small cutout for space here and here, but we can add those later. But this is the pad we need the most. So we can finish this sketch, then we can say sketch in here and do this one. Point this one. Now I forgot which one did I use for that. The arc, tripod arc. That feels okay. So now I should be able to do sweep, select path, go into there, see, and then you have this one. Nope, not join, new body. So now we have already the new pad of where the LED strip sticks in here, and then this has the space to go down. And then with the merger box, so we merge everything first, so we remove all the complicated parts, and then we re-add this system, and then we add the support where this thing has a little bit of edge where it can lean on, so it doesn't hang up in the air. That should be working, yes. Cool, so now we have that one, and merger needs to be gone again. Outer layer needs to go there. Because now we need all of that. Because now we need to go make a second sketch. So let's say this one's not important. Where is top angle cutout? Nope, cutout. And that's not important. Base angle not important. Also not important. Not important. Yeah, cool. That at least I can find my sketches back. And go there. There we go. Oh yeah, okay, we got that one in place. Now we need this one back again. And this one needs to go into the center, because then that's, yes. Because we're gonna merge it like that. Okay. Let's do that. Okay, so that one and that one. That one is lined up. Let's go for this one. Can we do that? Because that one merges, so it needs to go down. Yeah, should be fine. So we say join, move this one, join. Then we say chamfer. That cool, and this cut in here. to distance a little bit down. That should be fine. Blue lamp reconstruction. Oh, that needs to go way higher. Or are we? Oh yeah, that needs to be. Ooh, no, not that one. This one. Ooh. So that's 14 millimeters. Let's rip is 10. No, needs to go higher. Needs to go way higher. Okay, that's cleaner, yeah. Because now that one sticks out, nothing here. Yes, I like that. Okay, cool. Now we got that one sticking up. And let's see where it goes. So we got the box pad. This gets merged up so that whole box disappears, which is cool, that's fine. The moment we merge, then we remove all this, and then we do this cutout again, and then we do the additive of this add. Yes. Okay, cool. So now we can disable that one again. And this one needs to go in there. Okay, there we go. Let's get new SketchUp again. Let's bring this one here and this one here. Then connect the lines up there. And we can say, there we go. V-lamp out, and then we say join. Okay, not happy with that one. Okay, need to fix it. Okay, now it's clean. Always watch where the connection pins go in, because like if you have those small mistakes and you do a cutout, then you have a small air gap in here, as you just saw, and then you get the problem of it's not gonna extrude, it's not gonna use Boolean functions at all because it's gonna break. So the small parts of doing that. But this is the cutout pad that I want. I sloped this one because for bridging it's a tiny part, but that should work. And then that connects up to this one. So that is this one. So that's a new one. It's a little bit lower because we're going from this area to minimum distance is that. Should be fine. It's 5 millimeters, but if we do inspect measurements, 2, and then I want world size. So that's 4. That is 4.3 to the bottom. Yeah, so that is that one. Okay, reset, clear selection. Go from this one to plus minus this one. So that should be 3.2, 3.2. That's 3 down, so that should be fine. Cool. Is this okay? Okay, so if I do a test sprint, do I need realignment? Probably. Can I say, if I do the realignment, can I switch it up easy enough? Because then I just switch this one up and down. That should be fine, yes. That should work. Okay, cool. Because that is literally just moving this one up and down, and it should be fine. So we have the merger, we have the cutout. And now we just need supports. Where this one leans on. This one can go a little bit more flat now. Okay, so okay, the hardest part is like, okay, I want to make a small case in here where this one holds in, but I don't want to make it too chunky because this always happens here and here. That is fine. Okay, so how do I do that? So if I start here, do a construct, thank you, that's what I want. Okay, so let's make this 2 millimeters. Now we have 2 millimeter of thickness, that should be enough. Spacing out to 5, I think that is fine too. Not happy with that one. Oh, can you please do this automatically? You have done this so many times. Why, Fusion, are you just being a pain in the ass? Okay, because this one is already thicker, this one should have space. If this one goes down and up, that should be fine. It's sticking out not that much. So I want, this is the barrier going down. So this goes there. So that's a new body. Holder, let's just call it holder for now. Let's strip cut out top. Because now we want to make a small box in here and do this. Because if we do this one and grab this one, I just want to see the angle. So that's 32 degrees. I need to be a little bit smaller because completely flat is too much. Let's there. So we get the lead strip there. Then it can lean on that. I can build this one out with the press pull anyway, so that's that one, and we got the box in here, a little bit more angle, which should be fine. Because if we do this one, line it up again. It becomes 20 degrees. Like, oh, I can measure good. I'm happy. So this becomes 20, but the position doesn't change. So the LED strip distance to the center point should be good enough. And then we get that, so we get this one, and now this one is, yeah, not sticking out anymore. Cool, now we can make it flat enough. And this is the box that's gonna hold them, so I need to go down pretty much. Okay, so that should still be okay. The angle is a little bit off, but wait, what? What happened here? Ooh. Ah. This one is faulty. Delete. Because what we need to do it is here. Oopsie. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's what's gonna happen. So then this one, going one down. That should be okay again. Yeah, it's fine enough. Fine enough. Cool. So this one can go press pull. All the way to here. Then we say press pull again. Come on. Nope. Select the right plane. Thank you. And the moment we attach them, we can make this bevel the chamfer that the bridging is not needed, so there is no support, because then that angle is going up. That's the box, because now we can say this one holder, and then loop, create, mirror, oh, don't forget, construct midplane, there we go. Now we can say mirror, select the object, select the plane. There we go. So that's gonna hold the space down, and then with the roof, we should be able to make a part that this keeps it down. So the roof itself is gonna be the other part of the holder, and that holds it in place. So at least that's the idea, and hopefully it works. It doesn't really matter if it sticks out too much. Maybe I can press pull it a little bit more, because this is only half of that. So it's really small, but is this? Yeah, it should be fine. Should be fine. It's a good test. Okay, so let's see how can we duplicate this all. Merger. Okay, you are not. I clicked you, and then we say create a copy. Set the pivots. Uh, 360 times 16. And then we get that one perfectly lined up. And then we say I 3 times 2. That should be it. Yes. Can I do the same with, if I do select, then we say merger, let's strip holder. Hello? Hey. Cancel. Okay. This one, and cut out top needs to be in it. Yes. That should be it. And then merger. Okay, now we got them all. Okay. Repeating the process. So that is 360 times 16. And then we do up by 30 times 2, split by 2, because then you get this angle. Cool. Come on, don't crash. Thank you. Ooh, I'm not happy with that one. Okay, need to fix. Hey, I said cup. I didn't fucking copy. So holder 1, merger, and
You are listening to 24/7.
okay, so now I can do this. Now we say a little bit of jumper, and this one should be good too. One before. Thank you. Didn't see that part yet, so we got this one and this one. Because now if we go to this, it sticks in. So it's not sticking out anymore, which is the important part. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Okay, now we need to do the same for the bottom, but I think this should be fine for testing already. I'm just gonna apply them all and then start to print, cut 2 pieces and start this print. Because I'm highly curious if this is gonna work. Okay, let's try, so merger and merger. So let's grab B lamp and select merge, keep tools, don't, merger and merger. Okay. Then we say not that one, but that one in that axis. And we say 8 times. I hate Fusion sometimes, like this should work. Okay, then we're not. Then we're gonna do the really much clicky step. And merger. 8. go. Cool. Now we say cutouts. And we say not move, please don't. Let's strip cutout top. Select those around. And then we do merging again. Target bodies, select bodies. Sixteen selected. Say holder off. And we do this one again. And this should work. Come on, we can do it. Come on, Fusion. Good boy. Alright, and that is pretty cleaned up now. We still have that small piece, like I cannot get rid of it. So this is the new installment, and then we just have holder. And then we say, nope, not move, that one. Circle pattern, go to the axis again. Add them on 8 quantities, do this one. Say this, then select to join, don't keep tools. Then we can do this, hold shift to this, and there we go. Cool. Now we just need to do chamfer. And this is the boring part. I can also use the circle pattern, but I always know that it's gonna break, so then we just do it like this. Just 32 times clicking. And this is the problem. There we go. Two more to go. And that should be the new design that doesn't need supports, because that's a 45-degree angle, so you get that precision in check, that it just prints up and builds this out. And then the top squishes it back down, that keeps it in check, should be fine. That should be cool. Awesome. Alright, so now I want to do how can I do this cut? So if I go to this one, because I know how this one is gonna fuck up. Alright, I want this one and this one, so I need to get this one and this one. Finish sketch. Sample, cut out. Let's see where that goes. I need to start up the bamboo. Oh, yeah, bamboo. Yeah, well, that's not one. Why I'm saying bamboo? Prusa. Yeah, why did I? Oh, I had a really big discussion about someone today about bamboo and like how I had a Prusa and he was like, no, you're a Prusa shield. So I got, like, dude, I just don't want a bamboo. Like I have so much people like that want to play with a bamboo and just print and play. Go for it. But that's not what I am. I like to tinker, and yes, the Prusa Core 1 is a good stable printer, but you can still upgrade it and tweak with it, and that's kind of the thing I want. Yeah, so I was like, why the hell did I say bamboo? There we go, there we go. That's a nice cut. Alright, so we got this one, and then we just gonna clean it up. I have an Ender downstairs which is halfly disabled and took apart for my Rhetoric printer, so the most important part is it working for you, and can you make the things that work for you? Like, I'm happy with the Core 1, but the quality is bad because I have a physical problem. I'm gonna fix that and puzzle it out, but I see so many people having a good time with the Core 1 that I'm like, that should be fine. Yeah. Alright, so we got that part. I want this one. And the most important part is like, is it working for you, yes or no? And 30. Minus 30, please. I want the other direction. Thank you. Okay, that's fine. Because I just wanted this one gone. Okay, now I can print all this for testing. And then we say, ooh, almost forget. Yeah. Where do I want to cut out? So because I want to test both sides so I can reconnect it to that one. That's the most important part. So we say offset plane on this one. No. Oh, that plane, please. I want them both full, so this one needs to be full and that one needs to be full. And that one we can see over there, and that one we can see over there. This is a good height, yep. Then we say combine again, select the tool, select the plane, go. And that's the part I want. So cool, save as mesh. Yep, that's not the one I want. Alright, time to make a new folder. B lamp printables. Well, everyone should pick their printer, but the moment you turn in like, no, my printer's better, or you need to get this printer too, then I have a small problem with you. Because like, respect everyone's their own time and money. And like, yeah, the Bamboo is really strong in a lot of parts, but I want my stuff accessible, and Bamboo is not doing that. Like, if you're a print and play type of person and you want to do that, cool, get a Bamboo. Maybe the new Snapmaker is a little bit better, and hopefully soon with the index combination system of Prusa with the Core 1, that one is better. Pick the one that suits your case. But those people that are so convinced, like, no, my printer is better, and you need to get that printer too because I say it's better. Ugh, those people are bad. It's just nope. Top test. That's the part that just it hurts to see those people just going so flipping mad on it. Like, why are you putting so much energy in the discussion? Well, we both have our own printers. Why you're wasting so much energy? Ah, it's not fun. All right, Prusa Slicer. Hopefully, I'm still logged in. Yeah, the few I know bought it, so like that's the YouTubers. A lot of YouTubers got it for free, but I know people around from other small groups that I talk with, and those all bought the printer. But again, even if the printer is free, that conflict of just having that part. Oh, I'm not logged in. I always never know my password, so yep. Give me a moment. Prusa. Paste, log in. Cool. And is my printer online? Yeah, my printer is online. Thank you. Alright, let's close this tab. But yeah, some get it for free, and a lot bought it, and it's fine. Like that I don't have a problem there. But that convention of my printer is better than yours. Well, I'm looking at it like the Bamboo does a lot of good things, but for me, it's like, you know what? Yes, your printer out of the box is really great, but I know it's the Prusa Core 1. I can tweak it to better settings. The FVA is always a problem, but all the printers have those. And my Rhetoric, I can upgrade the hell out of it to make it better. Currently don't have the budget for it and don't have the energy for it or the volume to actually build it out, but I know it's there. I know so many people with a Rhetoric or with a Forerun will beat the shit out of Bamboo. And that's the time and the logic you need to put in. That's the only part that is stopping most people. Like, I need to put an effort. Yeah, of course you need to put an effort. Alright, let's see. It's gonna wind? Yeah, it's gonna wind there. But this is a small bridge. This is fine. Because this is one small line. If this fails, that is fine. Because that's in the space. Now we're gonna check, did I do this correctly? So center up, so this is where the lead strip should be, and yeah, that's where the bridge starts. That should be fine. I love a good clean design where you almost don't need much bridging, because I took the time of measuring this part, make it align with this part, and make all this smooth enough that this always should print correctly. Because I love a good clean design that is printable for everyone. I can make this one, the light setups, even better, but then it becomes very impossible for other people to print, because then you really need my printer settings, printer adjustments, printer quality, and I need to design something that works for everyone. Because the moment I start building this, like, I was at the point of like, I want to put this online, and I'm really trying to approach that point. I can make really gnarly technical and designs that I can guarantee you, your basic printer that is not adjusted to a good level cannot print the models correctly. And I know I can model that, but at the same time, okay, it needs to work for Bamboo, it needs to work for Prusa Core 1, and then I got most. If it works on an Ender, if it works on that's the most important part. If it works on that, then I'm happy. Yeah, this is 1 hour printing. I can make it shorter, but I want to have the sliding test. Distance here, the cable is in check so you can actually see it. I don't think this opening is actually needed anymore. Because we're not pulling cables anymore. Right? Oh, I don't even think this opening is actually needed. But I think I'm gonna keep it there because then you can actually clean it up. If you have some stringy, you can torch it. And if I make this part solid, and there is stringy inside, you cannot see it, and you cannot use a small flamethrower, a small torch to clean it up. So this opening stays. Okay, yes. Okay, send to connect. And set ready print. Double check. Is everything cleaned up? Yes. Doors closed. No smudges on the head. And that is fine. Ready and print. Yes. Alright, that's 1 hour. I think I'm out of... I can do some bottom. I can start modeling on the bottom now because this one also needs cleaning up. That's the same thing, so technically I'm gonna try to flip it and make a new system here. But this one is gonna take a bit more time because... Come on. I'm gonna make more space here. So when... let's do this in... Because this is for me the hardest part, because you have the LED strip on the top and it sticks in here. And while the length here fits in, so it sits like this, I get the problem, like if I attach the bottom one, I have no space on the top. So this one needs to have enough space where with the attachment, so if... Well, I hope I'm explaining this right. Like I have it in my head, but the explaining part is, I think, a little bit hard. I hope I'm not making too many mistakes here. Because we have this one, and then... Oh, right. Not the correct LED strip where I can use this. So I'm gonna find a replacement. Because the soldering is here, so I cannot use the actual connection. So let me find a good one. Yes, okay. Let's disconnect you. There we go. Alright, so we got this one in. Then we can say this one. Yeah. So we can connect this one up. Let's do it correctly. This one needs to go in here. I'm happy with these pins. They're still a little bit of a hassle to actually install, but they are a lot better than soldering all the wires. I'm so done with the soldering. There we go. Nope. And sometimes ground is a little bit grumpy. Oh, come on. Come on. There we go. Okay, so if both sides are connected and you need to do the top still, then the problem here now, this is why I need to adjust the bottom by a lot, because it's easier there than doing it on the top. Like, if this is installed like this, then yes, it sticks, but how do you attach the last one of the two of the connectors without wiggle room? So the bottom needs to go up a lot. So I have space to hold this one in my hand and connect the pin on. So instead of making a clip on the bottom that is really tight, I'm gonna give it more space so you can pull the cable up and then install the last one, because this one is currently should not be installed. So you put it in like this, you put it on the inside, and then it sits here. So if you have that small space that is just sitting like this, yeah, how do we attach this to this? That becomes pretty impossible. So that's why the bottom, if it lays on here, needs a bit more space. So this one, the top is gonna stick out just enough that you can hold it here.
You are listening to 24/7.
And then if I find the bloody cable, where's the loose one? Ah, there it is. Left it on the ground. So then you can get this aligned up, have some space, and then yeah, the plastic is inside of the way, but you can hold it like this. And I need to print a solid one, but then you connect it up, make it solid and make it clickable, put it into the holder, and then the top one, and on the bottom you have a small edge on the inside where you put a clicky in that pushes down the plastic on this edge, and that creates that the wire itself is gonna be tightened up. That's my idea of clicking this, because then without that connection part, this LED strip can have the movement of space, so you can install it here and then you pull it back and attach it with a small compartment that clicks into the inside of the lamp and hold it in place with no pressure, but keeps it there. And that, hopefully, if I do it correctly, that means that these things are now better aligned to these sections. And then you have the lamp, roof and the top, roof and the bottom, and those small connecting pins parts on the bottom. That's all you need to print. And hopefully together that is around 800 grams, so with 1 kilo of plastic you can print your own lamp. If you want to do other colors, feel free to do that. I assuming that you have one color, you can print it in one color, full white. If you want to have a different bottom and top, you are free to do so. Whoops. Round on flat doesn't work like that. But that's the idea, and that's what I'm gonna prototype probably tomorrow, because I'm getting tired. And tomorrow I cannot live stream because too busy with other things and other interjections, so it's not really stable. Tuesday I'm gonna try to, Tuesday evening for me, these 2 hours, 3 hours, I'm trying to do that as a stable streaming time. And other days for me work, but it really depends on what I'm doing. Saturdays I can stream, but sometimes I just have friends over. Thursday, Monday, and Friday all can be available if something switches in the planning. But I will do my best to at least consistently stream on Tuesday. That's my goal. But I hope, yeah, this concept is gonna work, because then it makes the parts a lot simpler. You still have an attachment part to get the bottom tied up, but if that works, then you don't need screws, you don't need pins, you don't need anything to hold it in place with other stuff or magnets to hold it in place. Everything should work with the plastics, and that's it. At least I hope. At least I hope. But that's the prototyping, and yeah, making this test print, I realized I already forgot something to make it tight, but if this works, then we have something. Now I can disconnect this one again. There we go. But hopefully, if this step works, and then it's just learning how to make a PCB. I'm still shit scared about that point, because like I've never done that, and I'm afraid I'm gonna fuck it up and make mistakes and do silly things, and I need to just clear my mind and do it and understand what the process of that is. And if I can get that click, then yay, future I can make PCBs and custom designs for all my projects. Which is a good thing, because I have some really funny, silly ideas in my head, and they're all PCB and ZBrush dependent. And not so good with ZBrush, but if I can say, hey, I can learn how to make a PCB, then I can also say to myself, hey, I can do ZBrush. I can do sculpting. And for me, that's the scariest thing alive. Because, holy crap, sculpting is intimidating. If you get, oh man, if you get design and CAD skills combined in one skill set of person, ooh, that's gonna be fun. That I'm excited for it and scared at the same time. But if I quote, I think Adam Savage correctly, but this is the way I remember it and how it feels for me. Something that is hard is not impossible. It's hard because you have not practiced it enough. If you do it enough, it stops becoming hard because you start to understand it. And yes, ZBrush is intimidating as hell. I'm pretty scared for it, but I need to put more time in it, put more realization how it clicks, make that click in my head, and then start sculpting. And then combination with RGB LEDs, plastic, and hopefully the index. Holy crap, I cannot wait for the index because I have so many, again, excited at these two combinations of using TPU with PLA and PETG and the transparent, translucent stuff. You can also do really cool tricks with the index because it can cool down, it can heat up and cool down pretty fast. So you can alternate the translucent sides of PETG and transparent plastics. Because the harder you make your PETG, the more transparent it becomes. What if you have the inside layer of two lines? So the inside layer becomes completely transparent and the outside layer becomes less transparent. So a little bit more breaking off the plastic. And I think you can do some really cool tricks though, because with the first layer it's transparent, so the refraction stays straight and then it breaks off instead of two layers where the light needs to go in that direction instead of one direction. And the refraction of the light, like, it's hard to explain for me, but I've done so much stuff with it that it clicks in my mind. I have no clue how to explain it, but I think you can make really cool tricks with that and make different light patterns on the plastic that is hard melted into the plastic. It's gonna be so fun to try it with an index, to use different materials, different colors with transparent plastics and mix them up, make some really cool base systems. I'm so bloody excited for it and I cannot wait to tinker with it. Oh yeah. I'm babbling on, sorry. Give me the bloody index, man. This takes so long, November. And then probably you need to pre-order it and then everything is back up and then... Oh, you need to wait so long. I want to play with it, man. Oh, yeah. Give me. That's gonna give so many cool options. Like even with this lamp, the small insets here, so these things, I can give it a color. So it can get a black, red, purple outline, gold outline, and then this stays white, but then this area, or the side panels, we can color them, hopefully with a transparent. So if I do this in PETG, because then you can do solid PETG on the insides and then maybe a shade of color on the outsides that switches everything, and then this stays white for the RGB. And then you have always mixing that this is a different color, so red, green, blue, yellow, purple, all the types of plastics then colored in a chain, and then those will interact differently with. Oh, that's fun. How many indexes I can fit on my rhetoric? Not enough. I need more. Yep. Too many ideas. Not enough time. Too many ideas, not enough time. Like, oh my god. It's gonna be fun. I'm excited for it. I think yeah, that's it for me. Like, again, thank you all for watching. We're making progress. Hopefully this week I can puzzle out how to make a PCB, get that one shipped and ordered and shipped, because that takes 1.5 weeks. And if that one works on the fly, then we're getting really close to put it on printables. And that's gonna be cool. Like, holy crap, putting my lamp on printables, and yeah, I'm gonna do it for money because I'm not gonna do this for free. The effort I put in this, I'm not gonna put online for free. And if people are complaining, you know what? I put 400, 500 hours designing time in total in it, and I'm making it as good as I can. That the alignment is correctly, that everyone can install it. It's without soldering, so I put all that research in. Yeah, screw all those people who are complaining why it's not free. That's bad for them, but I know a lot of people are gonna appreciate it, and that's the important part. Whew. That's my rant. Alright. See you next time. And good luck with the day, the night, the evening, or whatever you are. I hope you have a wonderful day.